Hey, what's up guys, it's Master Wajo back at it again with another video. This time I'm going to be explaining why I'm playing what I'm playing in my deck. So we're going to start this series and we're going to call it Decksplanation. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4 masked heroes in my deck. I am playing 1, 2, 3, 4 normal summonable elemental heroes. Yes, you can use any hero to make Dark Law because he's dark and the Visions and Destiny heroes are all dark. However, I'm just going to be putting the elemental heroes on here for now, just for sake of argument. So, first off, the reason I run Blast and Diane are very simple. When you are trying to get off an elemental hero effect on board and your opponent decides to imperm you or Valor you, you can actually get around it by playing Mass Change. So here's how that interaction would work. I would summon Stratos. My opponent would then chain Imperm or Valor, and then I could just mass change away. Now this works with literally any elemental hero, destiny hero, anything that they're trying to negate you with a card that specifically says face up on the field, which Imperm and Valor do. Now this doesn't protect you from getting ashed, so there's that. But being that Imperm and Valor are pretty big hand traps at the moment, and I do believe too that if your opponent tried to use Forbidden Droplets, say they set at turn 1, since we're playing a turn 2 hero deck, say they set Forbidden Droplets, and they wanted to proc it during your turn, you could avoid it if they didn't send a spell card. So that's a neat little tidbit to know too. So the reason that I'm playing all of these is to kind of get around certain things. These also kind of fit the theme with my Super Poly package. So if you watch my deck profile, you'll see that I'm playing 1, 2, 3, 4 elemental heroes, 4 of the Omni-HEROs. And the reason being is that they are all Super Poly targets. So all I need is one elemental hero and then the attribute. So the reason that I chose these 4, and I swear to God, I chose these 4 even before that Go First Hero video dropped. I think it was like top 16 or whatever. I chose these 4 testing against the meta. You have Dark, easily outs Dragoon, Wind for the Prank Kids, Light for any Dogmatica, and I think when I did this, I think I was using one Absolute Zero is just a beast, so you definitely need to put him in the deck. But 2, I think the Super Poly target I was looking at was Adamanticators. Their main boss monster, I think it's water. They're like their big boss monster. But anyway, I play 3 copies of Super Poly. I have 4 heroes here. My deck in total is playing a total of, let me get these together here real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and I forgot Rhoda, and I forgot a hero list. So I'm basically playing 12 total elemental heroes. So being that I'm playing 12, I have a very high chance of opening not only an elemental hero, but when I do open one, I have a very high chance of opening both an elemental hero, a way to access it, and a Super Poly. So that is why I am playing the Super Poly package, and I feel like these are definitely your best targets for it. You can try to play Gaia, you can try to play Nova Master, but I just don't think that they are good enough. I don't think that they do enough versus the meta to warrant running them. Now, say Salamangrades comes back, then yeah, Nova Master would be a pretty solid idea. I don't really know if there's anything Earth that's meta at the moment, or I don't think there is, because when I did this, I looked at the top 5 decks, the top 5 current decks, and I said, okay, that right there is what we need to do. Another thing here, another little tidbit I want to showcase. We've got Sunrise. Sunrise searches your Miracle Fusion, okay? This is a very important card because this can either be just an extra body on field if you want to go into something like Plasma, where I've had many times where I just summoned an Escurito out just to get another body for Plasma. That happens. Another thing that you can do with Miracle Fusion is you can revive it off of Wonder Driver. So say, for example, I summon Sunrise, I search Miracle Fusion, I then take a random hero and link it away, get into Wonder Driver, summon something in his zone, and then it recovers my Miracle Fusion. So this also, too, recovers Super Poly. So if you summon him, and then you summon something to a zone beneath him, you can recover Super Poly for next turn. So if your opponent, say, gets out multiple problematic monsters, you can Super Poly one turn and then one the next turn. So I thought that's pretty dope. So Dystopia. So we're going to talk about the Destiny heroes real quick. So I am running 2 copies of Fusion Destiny, and I'm also running 2 extra deck Destiny heroes. So we've got Dangerous and Dystopia. So watching the Go-1st hero video did kind of open my eyes to other ways to get Dark Law on field. One is to go Fusion Destiny, use it, summon Dangerous off of Mist and off of Mali. Make the Dangerous. Get these guys in grave. Recover Mali. Mali goes into Cross Crusader. Cross Crusader searches Liquid, summon Liquid, get back Shadow Mist. Search Mask Change. It works. It's not bad, but the only issue I feel like with it is it doesn't do enough. Like there's so much removal in the game anymore. It's crazy to think that you can just summon off Dark Law and win the game. And power to you if that's what your goal is in the game. Do it, but don't be surprised if you get shut down. Another thing that is super important, and I've seen a couple hero players who play without it. I've seen, I think, who was it? Rogue Hero. I think he plays it now, but he was playing without the malicious package. Now, I feel like this is definitely, this replaces your Trinity. I used to run Vision Hero Trinity all the time. I thought it was really good. You know, you summon it out, it gets 3 attacks. It's basically a board wipe. But he is a better board wipe that you can activate before battle phase. So if there's something that happens, your opponent triggers Nibiru, your opponent torrentials you. There's a lot of things that, you know, you can wait, and then I always go for him towards the end of my main phase. So like I hold that, I activate Evil Hero, a Dusted Gold, and then I hold Dark Calling until like the very end of main phase, and then I go for him. So one last extra deck monster that I want to talk about is Dread Decimator. I feel like he's not the best, he's not exactly the worst either, but he doesn't really do enough. So this is one that if you wanted to cut this, I would say cut it, because I feel like out of all the monsters in my deck, I am summoning him probably the least. One more thing we're going to talk about before I end this video. We're going to talk about the Vision Hero Forest package with 2 Vion and 2 Increase. So I think that this is the best. I think this is the best way to go. If you're a new hero player, if you're a returning player and you're trying to check out a deck, I'm not saying not to check out the Go-1st version, but in that version, it runs 3 Vion and 1 Increase. So it does decrease your chances of drawing Increase, but here's the thing. It is a one-of. If you're going first, again, that does decrease your chances of drawing it. But if you draw even just 1 Increase, this card is dead. There's nothing, and Ferris is probably one of the best extenders in the deck. To play 1 and take your chances like that, I feel like it's not worth the risk. Like, I feel like the risk isn't worth the reward in this case. I'm not bashing the dude. The dude obviously did good. He knew what he was doing. But I just feel like as a player myself, I'm not going to take out 1 and then increase my chance of getting rid of my Ferris play. I'm not gonna risk that. Another thing I want to talk about real quick. some of the engines I'm running in this deck. Something that I think is very important. If you're playing a Go-2nd deck, you need to be running at least, I think, 6 slots of removal. At least. You can run, you could run Ash in spot of Super Poly or this, but I feel like you need to run either some removal, something that you can like actually counter your opponent. So if I open an Elemental Hero, and literally I'm going to have another card in my hand because I'm going second, so I'm literally going to open up 1 Elemental Hero and 1 Super Poly. I can summon Stratos, search Shadow Mist, use the Super Poly to get away any problematic monster. If it's such a problematic monster that even doing that is gonna suck, that's why I'm running 3 copies of, for right now it's Dark Will No More, but it's gonna be Forbidden Droplet. So I can just come out, bam, proc the card, discard fodder, and then I can just stop my opponent from whatever they're trying to do. So, alright, this has been my Decksplanation. Stay tuned for the combo video. I'm actually going to be showcasing a hero combo video next that just kind of shows you really what the deck can do. Going second with just all that heroes have to offer. So Master Hero YGO out. Stay tuned for the next video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Tell me what you think of this deck. Tell me, do you think the Go First version is actually better with all the removal that's running around in this game? I don't think so, but if you have those thoughts, please tell me why. Stay tuned for the next one.